Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 17 available now. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just watched Brightburn. I know if you watched my whole John Wick review, I said Aladdin was coming first. Things changed. Aladdin clearly did not come first. It stars Elizabeth Banks, David Denman, Jackson A. Dunn plays Brightburn. Matt Jones, Meredith Hagner, Becky Wallstrom. There's one or two other names in there that I'm spacing on. Gregory Allen Williams, I think, plays the sheriff. It is directed by David Yarovesky. And if you want to get a shout out in my review of either Godzilla or Ma or Rocket Man, I don't even know if all three of those are coming to my theater. I know Godzilla is at the very least. Stay tuned to the end of the video to figure out how you can do that. So, it starts off 10, 12-ish years ago. You see all the fertility, pregnancy books and stuff. A young couple who want a child who live on a farm. Something crashes into the woods nearby. Hey, it's a baby. And, there's a montage, and it jumps to 12 years later. And this now 12-year-old kid discovers that he's not like his classmates, and it's not necessarily truth, justice, and the American way that kick in. He, I don't know how to put it, like, he starts flexing, like, this is basically evil Superman. I know all the advertisements, I hope y'all was listening at the beginning. This movie's directed by David Yarovesky and not James Gunn. James Gunn is dope, but James Gunn is like producer. He gets credit for producer. His name is on the poster because he's done some dope comic book movies. But as far as I know, like he discovered the scripts. This is a very James Gunn heavy cast. It's David Denman, Elizabeth Banks, Steve Agee, whatever his name is, Agee. I don't know. He was in Guardians too. I think he was Taserface. But I enjoyed this movie, man. There are creepy moments in this movie. Like a moment that wasn't supposed to be scary, basically at the very beginning, like right after the time jump, made me jump. And like it wasn't like a horror moment. Like the horror moments are creepy. This is a horror Superman movie with no involvement from Warner Brothers or DC. They don't say or do anything referencing Superman. It's just plot points, man. The way that this kid comes to Earth is very Superman. And you can't talk about this movie without comparing it to Superman. Their performances are good, man. I think Elizabeth Banks is dope in most movies I see her in. I can't tell you a bad Elizabeth Banks movie. Or I can't tell you a movie that she's bad in. I just watched the other day a bad movie she's in, but she wasn't bad in it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she's not bad in many movies. Like, David Denman plays her husband, and, like, one of them is logical and knows exactly what's going on, and the other one is, like, no. Like, there's no way. Like, we raised this person. This is not true. And the way everything unfolds is cool. Like, it's got some dope tension. Like, there's build up. There's a lot of mean mugging. Like this was an interesting movie. Like from the time I saw the trailer, the evil Superman, like yeah, like I'm watching this. It's like I hope it makes its budget at the very least back because it sets up for a good franchise. Like it sets up for a legit sequel. A lot of questions go unanswered that I think they were hoping, like, hey, let's just not touch on this and we can do it in the next movie. And then what if the sequel is just like a grown man, like not Henry Cavill, that'd be too on the nose, but I don't know, like some white dude with dark hair who's built can be in the adult Brightburn suit, and they can go into what wasn't answered in this movie. Like this is an interesting movie that could be a good franchise. Um, like I had a good time with this movie, man. Like there's nothing that like really stuck out to me as a flaw. I mean, it's not mind blowing. It doesn't like it feels like once again, like I'm gonna say it again, but it feels like a Superman slasher movie. They're like a couple scenes are bloody. Overall, it's not that bloody of a movie. If you're interested in this movie, because I'm like I've of course edited some shit out, but if you're interested in this movie, I recommend you go see it. Like it's a good time. It doesn't do anything to change slasher movies or horror movies or comic book movies because like it's an original script with ideas pulled from comic book movies. Like it's not an original comic book movie, but it's original in its own way. It does something new with pre-existing genres, but it doesn't do anything to advance or revolutionize the genres. It's a good movie though. So with all that being said, in my opinion, I will say that Brightburn is dope. Have you seen Brightburn? What do you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between. Let me know. If you want that shout out in my more than likely Godzilla review, maybe Mom, maybe Rocket Man, I don't know yet. How much will Aladdin make opening weekend within $2 million, man? Higher or lower? Let me know. Get it in by noon Sunday Central Time, and you will get shouted. I've recently posted reviews for John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, The Hustle, Detective Pikachu, Long Shot, Avengers, spoiler and spoiler free. Check those out. I'm gonna see Aladdin tomorrow. My theater didn't get Booksmart. Big bummer. Not just saying that, like I'm really bummed. Like I said, Godzilla, Rocket Man next weekend. First weekend in June, I want to see X-Men and I want to see Secret Life of Pets, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.